The mission in the States was awesome, but it was really different too. I remember getting to my first area in Tennessee and going to a stake center, and then we had a conference where we were paired with our trainer and everything, and we were driving forever. And I had no idea what was going on. And I think what was hardest at the beginning of the mission was having unrealistic expectations. I was like, oh, we're going to talk to people like 24/7, like all day long. And it turned out to be a lot of driving and then like planning and figuring out who we were going to go visit and then visiting them and them not being there. And I was kind of frustrated, just like thinking, oh, like I just want to go like teach people, you know. But the mission's a lot more than that. And so I learned a little bit more about that in Tennessee and got used to the way the work was. I practiced Spanish, I got a little bit better at teaching, and then my visa came in about 2 months. And so I flew down to Argentina and it was completely different. I was in Knoxville, Tennessee. So the Knoxville mission belongs in the Bible Belt. And that was lots of fun. We had lots of good investigators that wanted to learn, but there was kind of a sort of opposition. But it was good, because we could be open and learn more about where they were coming from, and it was kind of like a unifying experience. Stateside missions are different. It's very structured. You have a car, you have a nicer apartment, you have different, you know, experiences that you wouldn't have outside of the States. But it was fascinating to go to Argentina later and then realize that it's the same work. And even though the culture is a little bit different, you can tell that like the spirit really does guide. It doesn't matter where you go, it's just wherever you're called is where you're needed. And I felt that so strongly at the end of my mission in Argentina, but even leaving Tennessee, like there were experiences that I had there that I just knew like, I'm supposed to be here and it's inspired. But as far as the work goes, it's the same. It was difficult because I was new and I had the unrealistic expectations and everything, but in Tennessee I served in a town called Morristown, which was the sock capital of the world. I think at one point like 60% of the world's socks were like made there. So it was on all the garbage cans. But I served there, I just served for a transfer in Morristown, and then I got transferred to a Hispanic ward in Dalton, Georgia. And so the thing is, I don't remember a whole lot about the areas because it was at the very beginning and I was only there for 6 weeks. But I have fond memories. I mean, I remember loving it. Loving my district, the missionaries, what we were doing. The area is beautiful down there too. So everyone in my district had to wait. And they were all going to different missions in Argentina too. Like I was the only one that went to Neuquén. But we all had to wait for a couple months. I think we all got our visas around the same time. But at the end of our MTC stay, we hadn't heard anything. And it was the last week, and we were kind of anxious, like, are we going to go to Argentina? Are we going to get assigned somewhere else? Then we had one day where we were all in our room in the MTC, and we were looking online on the LDS missionary tool or whatever, and it said where we were assigned. We were all like hugging, and it was exciting. But so we did wait. I think it's still common for people to wait. I do know some missionaries that went straight to Argentina. I think it's more common for like Latino missionaries to go straight there. But it shouldn't take a long time. I mean, if you're going to Brazil, that takes a long time.
Yeah.
But Argentina, it's getting a little bit better. I think they actually invited the consul to the MTC, and they like put Argentine flags out front and like welcomed him informally, and so I guess they got on top of that. But they'll probably wait a little bit, but it's not expected.